Thursday, 20th of February. I'm going to do a slightly different test today. This is Martin's shave test, of course. I've been promising Robert and a couple of others on the shave groups that I'd be testing some more stiff blades. My favourite blade will always be a full deep hollow, but I thought, no, let's try some half and quarter hollows. Anyway, just to show you the favourite old beast of mine, this is the Rigarazor, also known as the ear slicer, because for some reason I always just touch the lobe of my ear. I never feel it, but sometimes I do get the occasional little nick because it's got a rather pronounced beaky nose. Anyway, here is a hair, which I'm sure you won't be able to see. No, let me put it up here. No, I doubt if you'll be able to see it. Anyway, I guess you probably can. That's a hair. This is a Rigarazor, and because of its grind, you won't hear it cut very much. In fact, it's almost totally silent because this one is very close to being a quarter hollow. Some would say it's a half hollow. I call it a quarter hollow. Very stiff, very, very stiff blade, but extremely good quality steel. Now, as you can hear, it laughs, it derides and cries at normal hair. It just says, ha! But both ends of the hair, this is cutting beautifully. Let me show you what else we're going to use. This is a really good razor. This is a Max Spreacher full custom. And again, I would say this is quarter verging on half hollow. It has the most pronounced beak. Its nose is extremely Spanish. And again, this one, I very lightly stropped, and as you can hear, I hope you can hear. Now you can't hear because it's silent. This has been tested by me and it's ready to go. I also did use Bill M's test, which is of course the packing peanut. And I'm not very fond of the packing peanut test. I prefer the hanging hair test, but each to their own. The hanging hair I find is more accurate, and you've got two directions with the hanging hair test. Anyway, that is an early Spreacher because it's got the proper full length address. The latest ones have just like prints. It just has a little initial. Not very, no, don't like them. Anyway, the other one again is an early Max Spreacher. Again, this has got the full address. And this one I actually had to work on because it had a warp in the blade, but it doesn't now. This has had work in the past by me. It's on a 20K synthetic edge. The others, not sure because I didn't put the edge on. But anyway, they've just been stropped. Let's go to the brush for a change. We're going to use a boar bristle. Now, boar bristles, again, come under that category of why bother if you've got to soak them and beat them and torture them to get them to feel right. This one in hot water is actually quite nice. So, but you know, I prefer synthetic because there's no messing. Soap today is again my favourite. This is a deer tallow, and I've got to say this is the very first one that I got from the wonderful Cajun blade from Eric. And this deer tallow is a sandalwood base and it has a lovely aroma. In fact, what I've been doing, I've been leaving the pot off. These are little sample pots. I leave the top off and let the wonderful aroma waft throughout the house. Now this, I must say, this boar bristle is probably, I don't know, 2 years old, hardly ever used by me. And it's good, I've got to say. It's an Amiga, made in Italy. This is pure Setola. So hopefully, whether it's horse or whether it's piggy, I don't really mind, as long as it obeys me. I've got to say, with hot water, it doesn't have too bad a feel at all. It is slightly stiffer. It has a little bit more stiffness than what I'm used to, which is usually a synthetic. So yeah, very nice, nothing wrong with that at all. But if you're in a rush and you can't sort of be bothered, I would always go to a synthetic. But anyway, I don't think it lathers up too well, but I am getting the beautiful aroma from Eric's base. This is a lovely honeysuckle. And I would say, hopefully a very kind lather. We'll soon find out. That's enough. I'm not going to bother too much. Lathers, as long as they're slick. I do think a slick lather is better than a big fluffy lather. So let's go back to Old Faithful. I call it Old Faithful. This is the Rigarazor. Tool steel, probably a very similar tool steel to the other two. I'm not sure exactly of its number. I should know, but I've forgotten. Anyway, let's just try and see how that works. Yeah. On the whole, I still prefer the full hollow. Beautiful job though. I mean, it's carving through 4 days of stiff bristle. A very slight hesitancy. So that could be, I haven't soaked my bristles enough. But, yeah, doing a very good job. Anyway, that is one. Let's try the really posh Max Spreacher. Now this is the old Max Spreacher. This one is the one, I suppose I've had this about 3 years. It's extremely pretty. It's got those lovely modern scales to it, which I rather like. It's not all covered in firework, but I don't mind that. That slightly resistant feel, but good. Yeah, it's good. It's still cutting fine. Perhaps I'm being a bit harsh. 4 days of bristle and not a very long soaking. Anyway, here's the masterpiece. Now this one was ordered and custom made for a very, very, very nice chappie in California. Sabanda Finito, Sergio. And I've got to say, I loved his shave videos. He would do a head shave with this beast, and that is something. Anyway, let's just try this fellow. Very, very nice. It's very sharp and it's very stiff. And of course, being very pointy, it's extremely good for fine trimming. So I rather like pointy razors. But yeah, it'd be hard pushed to say which one was better today. They're all between quarter and full hollow. Quarter and half hollow. I haven't woken up yet. No, there's not much between them. For looks, oh, this is beautiful. Absolutely work of art. Yeah. But I gotta say, for comfort, I would still go for a full hollow. But let me go back to, this is still one of the most beautiful razors. The Rigarazor really is a superb crafted piece of work. Why I occasionally slice my ear with it, I've absolutely no idea. Yeah, it is a little more holder friendly for fine work, as you can see. I'm trying. Yeah, same quality of steel. I'd say they're identical. Yeah, this is a very nice razor. For some reason it doesn't like me, but never mind. The occasional tiny, tiny little cut on the lobe of an ear is no reason to doubt its sincerity. I'm sure it loves me really. Yeah, that is sharp. Very, very, very keen. You've got to be careful with a quarter or a half hollow. They do not take prisoners. In fact, I think a tiny, tiny weeper on the neck, but that's not, I can't even feel it. Yes, the Rigarazor really is a work of art and is about a third the price of a Max Sprecher. However, the Max Sprecher, for ultimate looks and luxury, yeah, they're incredible. But I would still say, for my money, I'll always go for a full hollow because it flexes, and these don't. These are completely and utterly rigid. But they do an excellent job. My old grey stubble, my numerous wounds. Yeah, it's really good. I would say for a beginner, probably not ideal. I still go for a probably a 6/8 full hollow from a good manufacturer. Yeah, I must say though, it's doing its job. I'll put a little more of this wondrously pungent, full aromaed soap. Just a touch. Very slick. Eric's soaps are very, very nice. The only thing I would say is I keep forgetting to wipe my fingers properly, which is probably why occasionally you touch your ear. Yeah, good. Yeah. For me today, I would say the Rigarazor wins. It's slightly smaller, very slightly lighter. And I've got to say, for a full, I'd still prefer the full hollow, but this is sort of verging on quarter. Yeah, it's nice. Anyway, chaps, I won't bore you to tears, I hope. Not much to touch on, really. It's midwinter. I hate winter. Not a single redeeming thing about winter that I like. Let's do a little clean-up pass. Yeah, I did touch something, I don't know. There are always slight blemishes on the skin. Perhaps it was I don't know. I suspect. Oh, I think that was probably an ingrowing hair. But this is a masterpiece of engineering, I must say. Yeah, that's all cleaned up. Not a perfect shave. One more pass with a masterpiece. Let's go back to using the ultimate, which is the Max Sprecher, which is this is a beast. They ain't cheap, but I prefer the older Max Sprecher stamping on the tang. Having a couple of wiggly curved letters isn't the same as a full address to me. Yeah, luxury, a Lamborghini amongst razors. Would I use this as a daily razor? Yeah, I probably would actually, but the only thing is I would say is for convenience and for weight, depends what you fancy. This is heavy. This is a very heavy razor. I mean, it's like shaving with a crowbar, to be honest. But it does a wonderful shave. I would say full hollow for me still wins, but this was a little test on quarter and half hollows. Let me just hold them up to the light for you. So we have the Rigarazor, superb piece of steel. This is an early Max Spreacher, the one which had a warp and had to be corrected. And this is a top one from Sergio Bandafrito. And this is a real keeper. A lot of artistry in this one. Right, that's it, chaps. I won't keep waffling on. All I would say is when you've got a top end razor, do, after you've finished your ablutions, do put a pipe cleaner into the scales just to make sure there's no damp there. Eric's wonderful, pungent, aromatic based soap. Very, very nice. No complaints ever. He's an alchemist. He sits in the bayous cooking up soup stews, and they're wonderful. I'm going to put, I'm getting rather fond of this Clubman aftershave lotion, this Pinard. It's very slightly stingy at first because it's alcohol based, but it has a wonderful afterglow. It's got some sort of, I don't know, glycerine probably. Oh, that wakes you up. Anyway, Thursday, 20th of Feb. Thanks for subscribing. And this is just about testing. That's what I do. Martin's shave tests. It feels absolutely bloody wonderful. I can face the day with aplomb. And chaps, thanks so much. And regards to all. See you soon. Bye for now.